Welcome into beautiful Shelton, Washington for round one of Discraft's Cascade Challenge presented by GRIPeq. Today we get our first look at Shelton Springs, a technical course chock full of giant Doug firs. Who jumps out to the day one lead? You'll find out live on the Disc Golf Network. Nate, let's watch some disc golf.
Yes, Ian. So happy to be here with you. We are at the gateway to the Olympic Peninsula. It's just 45 minutes northwest of this course, and we're about an hour and a half southwest of the city of Seattle on the south end of the Puget Sound.
And
really
another
great.
Beautiful day, Nate.
It's a gorgeous day, Ian. Wind speed 7 miles per hour, but the wind is not really what we're going to be talking about today. 14 of the 18 holes here play in the tight woods here of the Shelton wetlands.
Tight woods are what James Conrad loves, Nate Perkins, and he is off to a great start. Let's check in on James. T of 7. He got 5 of the first 6, was it, Nate?
Yeah, that's right. Just missed the 6th. And that's a 13 speed to a 15-foot putt right there.
You'll love to see it. Conrad off to a great start. And welcome into the booth in Shelton. I'm Ian Anderson. That is Nate Perkins. We're back here. Eagle McMahon, we just saw a pretty amazing performance at Beaver State Fling. He's here again.
He's here again. Last week was his first Silver Series ever, and he won it.
Okay,
That's right. And
okay.
I'm actually surprised to see him here, but obviously thankful to have the bird playing.
He loves the Pacific Northwest, you know?
Does.
And he showed it last week at Milo Gold.
A couple of knee putts there. This approach here that he nearly dunked with the putter.
And this roller, Nate.
These 12-speed rollers in. Perfect angle. Rides it up and around the corner. That's a par 4, guys, that he's putting to 40 feet.
Flip that disc. I throw that disc for my super stable drives, man. That's the power Eagle has is unbelievable. And showing it off again here. That's a fairway approach, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, quite the performance. This is his winning putt right there. Shooting 11 under par for that final round. Just kind of leaving the rest of the field behind.
Just a fantastic showing. And there he is warming up. He shot a ridiculous 11 down that final day, but that is not the course record. It is held by a 15-year-old Carter Aarons. Milo Gold, course record owned by this guy. Unbelievable, Nate.
Yeah, that was an incredible performance. He got 12 of those birdies in the first 14 holes.
Whoa.
He's from just 45 minutes just around the harbor over by Tacoma, Washington, and it's incredible that you can be 15 years old and compete on such a high level. I think disc golf is unique in that way.
Are those putting stats? What's that, like 1 or 2 misses the whole weekend, maybe?
Yeah, to go 96%, you're
Yeah.
probably right there. And he actually broke David Wiggins' 13 and under distance world record a couple years ago. So the kid can rip.
That's incredible. If you're passing Wiggins on a distance comp, you can spin him. Can't wait to watch him throw today, Nate.
I'm with you there.
Have you seen him play before?
I have seen him play before, and he's definitely a power player, but really what impressed me is his touch game, which is hard to really teach at such a young age.
Hole 8 with Conrad for another birdie. He is 7 under through 8 holes. I'm going to keep you updated on that hot streak. Wow.
Let's just go ahead and keep the camera on that card. We got James Conrad, Gannon Burr, Luke Humphreys on that card. So
from Edgewood, Washington, Kyle Crabtree. Woo!
Kyle has been pretty dominant in the state of Washington over the past decade.
Next to tee from Rohnert Park, California, James Proctor. Woo!
Proctor's also spent some time up in the Northwest. Just moved back from Seattle, actually, I believe.
And James just got back from Sweden, where he took down an A tier.
He did?
Yeah.
He snuck that in? Wow.
It's a pretty epic life he's living this year.
He's doing it well.
Yep. Next up from Albany, Oregon, Scott Withers. Woo!
And this man's been giving the Northwest fits for years. If this guy shows up, you're probably not winning your local A tier.
And Scott is actually one of the co-TDs of this event. Him and Jeff Corns have been putting quite a bit of work in.
Oh, fantastic.
Nicholas Antla. Woo!
Little baby flex out of Antala.
Yeah, good speed control there.
And they are off. Ahead on hole 9, James Conrad.
This is a dead straight 315-foot par 3. He's going putter, of course.
And that looked close.
Finds the gap.
And here is the putt for birdie.
Just at circle's edge. 8 under on the front 9, Ian.
Come on. You'll love to see it. You were just saying James's last 2 wins were majors, right?
That's right. It's crazy.
That is a crazy stat.
He's been playing a lot of high-level disc golf, but it just goes to show you just how well you have to play. You have to play good for 54 holes.
Yep.
You take a couple of those off in the MPO division, see ya.
Yep. That was Withers, just laying up for par on that elevated pin. Got a pretty nasty rollback off that tree hit. Made that unrunnable. I believe Paul Macbeth has some Crabtree influences, actually. He used to be back in, he used to live in SoCal back in the day when Paul was kind of coming up, and Kyle actually kind of helped Paul. Yeah.
I love that. I did not know. Yeah, Kyle has played 240 PDJ events. He's won 86 of them.
Solid.
He's batting better than 30%.
Little Dickerson action right there. Proctor coming back for birdie. This is the year of the James, Nate.
This is his career season so far, Ian. He has more Circle 2 makes than anyone else on the tour thus far.
Crabtree. Crabtree, not the longest thrower in the world, but the man is just very precise everywhere else. Entada, putting for birdie. He's almost all arm on these short ones, Nate.
Yeah, very unique pitch. Almost no spin.
And gets that one home nicely. Yeah, Proctor's, he won the Collegiate National Individuals like 2014 or something like that, and always kind of had a full-time job, you know, popped into the tour here and there, but he finally decided to make a go of it this year, and it's working out.
It really is working out. He's cashed more for this year than he has in most of his seasons prior to this one.
Fantastic.
And he's just halfway there.
Hole 10, James Conrad.
520-foot par 4. Just a placement shot here. That's an ideal position. He'll have another putter turnover into the green.
Okay. There are your scores in. James Conrad through 9 has already matched the pace by Presnell. Evan Scott, though, just one off the pace.
Who's on James's card?
Highlights galore coming from that card. Love it. Una Heinonen having a solid 7-down day. Levi Hancock. Babcock got the ace. Was it hole 4?
Evan actually has the box over James right now.
Dang. It's not easy to do. Nico with a solid day, 5 through 7. We've got Evan Scott. Let's show you that drive. There he is, and we'll show you that second once it happens.
Yeah, really good position there.
Crabtree on Tuesday. Not the drive he was hoping for, but that was a nice kiss out into the open at least.
Yeah, pretty fortunate reaction off that tree.
Proctor. At just 325, this is nearly a must birdie hole, Nate.
Yeah, it is one of the tighter gaps on the course. This initial gap is only 8 feet across, and then you can see that the left side of the gap is actually a Mando, so it does feel a little tense on this tee.
Entala. Flexing it out the gap. And rolling out to the edge of the circle. Withers.
Reppin' Clash discs out of Finland. And pures that gap. Needs a little skip here.
Right on circle's edge as well, but excuse me, we're going to swing ahead to Conrad. Second shot on 10.
Probably 315 on this approach here.
That looked like the line, didn't it?
It sure did. Flew right over the hazard.
On the same Scott with his second.
Evan closer to 250 into the green. Also gets past those late guardians.
And we've got Conrad in circle 1, putting for birdie on hole 10. We'll show you that very shortly. I was about to say Withers, though. Yeah, you give Scott a 34-footer or a 28-footer, he's taking the 34-footer.
Likes to jump him.
Oh, yeah. He's got a nice little stepper. Crabtree caught an early tree. Feeling the wind out here on 2's fairway. And exactly what he needed to do from there. Drop in par coming his way. On 10's green, Conrad to go 9 for 10. And that's where you'll find him. That's Evan Scott, and this is to go 8 through 10. And maintain the box.
Yeah, that's right, Ian.
Gosh.
What a wild
How about
card
the
right
vibes
here.
on that card? What's Bird doing? Is he firing off at all?
Has to be.
He is almost only 3 down through 10. He's got a double bogey back on 5.
That must feel so much worse than if you're playing with someone who's not shredding.
Withers. Heavy chains, but it seems like it just dribbled out, huh?
Yeah, that was a surprising miss there. And The wind is coming out of the west, so both Scott and Niklas are putting back into the headwind here.
Antela, this is a putt for birdie. And Niklas will go on a drop in par from there. Proctor looking at birdie. No problem for James. 2 for 2 start. This will be a par from Crabtree.
Yeah, you know, the first tournament I ever watched Proctor at was the King of the Lake back in 2015.
Wow.
Did you ever watch that tournament?
I believe that's been on Social Ghost before. Yeah. Antela drops in, as does Withers, and we will take a quick break while they make that walk. Back to the action in just a few.
A round of disc golf can be long, and if you're playing in a tournament, it can feel like a marathon. This can leave you physically and mentally fatigued by the end when your shots matter most. With space for your discs, water, and even a place to sit, a cart enables you to bring what you need, helping you feel more prepared and energized without carrying the extra weight. This can help you maintain your edge and save you strokes through every round.
Two, three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
We're in Georgia. This is my home state. I've played here, all my life, and it just kind of feels natural. Each tee shot out there, I feel 100% confident. That's what I'm out here to do, and I'm not stopping.
That is absolutely perfect.
Too easy for Robinson.
This is insane.
What a putt.
First time major winner, Isaac Robinson.
It's always so exciting when we get new plastics of the Passion, but I always end up falling back on the stock ones. And I like to say its closest counterpart is the Buzz. I think my absolute favorite way to throw it is dead straight and just watch the beauty of a straight flight. They've become a staple in the Discraft lineup and also in people's bags, and to know that people everywhere are enjoying the Passion as much as I am. That's just really exciting for me.
Disc golf education is important because it prolongs the length of our sport and the popularity of our sport, and the most receiving of disc golf is children. So if we get that introduced to them young, they might grow up to be the next Paul Macbeth or the next Paige Pierce, and we don't know it.
Katrina Allen. Maria Oliva.
She's done it. Kristen Tatar.
Side, Ananda. Stacy Galladia.
Champion Open at Austin. Paige Pierce.
Join the Paul Macbeth Foundation's Builders Club to help bring sustainable disc golf experiences to people and communities around the world. For a small monthly donation, you can help us make a real impact. Your donation will go directly to making a difference. By becoming a monthly subscriber, you'll also receive exclusive updates on our work, special offers, and discounts. So join us today and make a difference with the Paul Macbeth Foundation. Together we can make a big impact, one small donation at a time.
Welcome back to the action. Evan Scott on the tee of 11. Nate, this is our island hole, yeah?
Yeah, really cool. Very unique to have an island hole in a tight wooded fairway. Looks like Evan catches the right side of that retaining wall, keeps him in bounds.
And they've got Evan in circle 1 for his birdie look. Conrad next up.
This is one of his putting putters that he's now converted to a thrower.
Huh. The Nomad?
Mm-hmm.
Money. Give him a log go. Great shot.
And our friends at UDisc putting that in circle 2 for James's birdie bid. And
Go.
putter hits the floor for the first time in a while for Conrad. It'll be his second par of the day. Burr for 4 straight. Whoa. That was big, Nate.
4 in a row for Gannon. Just that one double there on the 5th, keeping him off their pace.
Yeah. Here is our UDisc powered course close-up on Shelton Springs in Shelton, Washington. Washington's 4th best courses. Wow.
Yeah, it's a public park. Kind of blows my mind, Ian, that you can just come and play this course for free.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful wetland that they've allowed a disc golf course to be built at. And 14 of the 18 holes play in this dense Douglas fir forest, and it is a very pleasant place to watch and play the game.
Yeah. It's like a really thick Pier Park in the woods almost.
Yeah, I definitely get Pier Park vibes, and I also get Blue Ribbon Pines, and some of the par 4s remind me of Iron Hill up in Delaware.
Could definitely see that. Evan Scott, you saw the drive. Here's the birdie putt. That's a make, and that's a share of first place for Evan Scott. He and Conrad duking it out.
That's 8 in a row for Evan.
That's the double ham bone, Nate. Wow. There's the Conrad par. Only the second time today that has happened. That was Luke Humphreys also on the card as well. Let's check out some scores. Scorching pace. Scott and Conrad. Rick, he's playing.
Oh, it's so good to see Ricky back. I think, you know, all the competitors, well, maybe not all of them want the guy competing against, but all the fans at home, I know, are happy to have Rick back. And Jona Heinonen getting 7 in a row on the back 9 to finish at 7. That's quite the stretch there for him.
Yeah.
And then Gavin Babcock, you mentioned it before, he had a hole-in-one on the 4th. That's his second hole-in-one in the Pacific Northwest in 2 years, one of those being for $10,000 last year at Blue Lake.
Big moment there. The disc golf world was waiting for that one for a couple years, weren't they?
Yeah.
Boulder, Colorado, Eagle McMahon.
Late tree hit for Eagle.
Next up from Mesa, Arizona, Anthony Barella. Wisconsin, Adam Hamas.
Adam sneaking that one into circle one. Nice to see him bounce back. He had a rough Beaver State, did he not?
Yes, he did. He was actually sick and barely made it through his second round and had to drop out.
Yeah. And Aaron's, who lit BSF on fire of that 12 down the final day. Perhaps an early release, little nervy.
Yeah, this is
Scott on 12.
What trees?
What tree? That hit nothing. Beautifully done. Proctor. Second shot on the par 4.
I think he found the pin. I was kind of looking for it.
Yeah.
And then he nearly hits it.
Wow.
Beautiful hyzer there from James.
Yeah, you like his chances to start 3 for 3. Back to Aaron's throwing 2 on 1. And that should clean up par for Carter. James Conrad, T of 12.
Yeah, he was kind of in between discs on this hole. Looks like he is going with the 12 speed. Going for the flip up on the right side compared to Evans' flex up the middle, and he has filleted it.
Hit it beautifully. Back to 1. Barella for birdie. This one marked as circle 2. Not to be there for AB. And right before that Barella putt was this from McMahon. Just a little layup for par. Hamas for birdie.
I've never seen Adam debate on whether or not to go straddle with an open stance.
Was it maybe that tree right there? Right by the pin, maybe?
Ah.
I think it was hidden from our view by the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good call.
And now Ham is coming back for par. Impressive putt from Adam early.
Yeah, a little low ceiling spinner right there.
And the added pressure of it being for par. Aaron's coming back for his par. At least it's a solid putt to start the round, you know. And McMahon a par as well. Is that a par frame here? It is a par frame for your final group on 1.
Yeah, definitely one of the more attackable par 3s.
Scott, his second on 12. Somehow not hitting a tree again. I'll show you that putt once it happens. Oh, there's a nice make from Scott Withers.
Gets himself on the board. So
Back
James
to our Conrad coverage.
Yeah, he's just a little bit past the ideal gap. Going stable putter here. Should be all hyzer into the green.
And well into circle one goes James Conrad. Proctor. That was for birdie for James.
Oh, that thing launched off the cage.
It really did. Rejection. On hole 2, McMahon. Early tree from McMahon.
Yeah, he pulled both his first and second drive.
Off the fairway after one throw. I don't see a Mando miss. So hopefully made that part of it.
Yeah, he proceeded past the Mando.
Barella.
Yeah, we've seen that's a pretty common spot to land. Hard to really fly back into circle one.
Hammis.
And that was the Mando tree, but it looked like a favorable kick.
And Aaron's. And Aaron's also pushing it long into circle 2. They are off. Over to Evan Scott we go. A birdie putt on hole 12.
Nine in a row?
9 in a row. His last par was on hole 3.
What's the longest stretch of the season?
I wonder what it is. Oh, Conrad at Jonesboro maybe? Did he? How long was that one?
What, he parred hole 5 and then
got the rest?
Got the rest. Oh, you know what? He might have parred another one and then eagled, now that I'm recalling.
Hammis throwing 2 on 2 after the Mando hit. Thankfully, safe. The ground just rejecting these hyzers, Nate.
Yep, really hard to swing them back in. And there's just enough wind out of the west, and that's kind of pushing those drives toward the back edge of that circle.
Hole 4 with Niklas Antara. There was a lot going on that one, Nate.
Yeah, kind of asked for a little bit of love there.
I think he might have kicked into circle 2, though. Conrad birdie on 12. You know that's going in. He's back on the birdie train after taking a brief hiatus on 11. Scott and Conrad 10 down through 12 holes. And unbelievable. Back to 2 for McMahon throwing 2. And putting that overstable party pretty close. We'll have that left for par. Back to 4, Proctor. Somewhere around pin high left.
Yeah, this is a really high level backhand shot. You have to throw 280 straight and then get a late drift from left to right.
That is a tough ask.
Yeah, it's a really tough shape for the right hand backhand. Shapes up pretty decent for fairway forehand shot.
Should be Aaron's, I believe.
Yeah, so he's going to have a considerable right to left wind on this putt.
For birdie.
Barella's going to be putting back into a headwind here.
Not to be for AB. Next up to bat, Hamas for par.
Two quality par putts to start his round.
We're going to have 2 par frames to kick off our final group here.
Wow.
To start the day slow.
You could have made a lot of money on those odds.
Yeah, agreed. You go a little bit of work left on this par putt. And it comes out low. Never mind on the par frame.
And just enough wind to make him think about that one for a second.
Barella makes a nice comebacker for par. Aaron's also for par, just outside bullseye. And Eagle will clean up that bogey. Ahead on the course, Scott, hole 13. And 13, a 360-foot par 3, looking like that birdie streak will come to an end for Scott after a tree hit. And ta-da. Goes off the top. That was on hole 4. James Conrad, 13. A chance to grab one on Scott. Found a tree about 2/3 of the way down the fairway.
This is a flippy putter for James on this 360-foot hole.
Is that one of the replicas?
It is.
Nice.
And that is pure. No one else does it quite the same as James.
Barella, hole 3.
Gonna have a tailwind left to right here, and this is really the tee shot where players can open up their bag. And Umbrella bites off 550 feet of that 864.
Oh my goodness. Hamas next.
Adam incentivized to try and match his buddy's bomb right there. These guys are touring partners and good friends. Doesn't quite get it turned over. That tailwind causing it to stable out early. It's well out of position.
And there's OB left. It looks like it's about the tree line, Nate.
Yeah, he might be pretty close to it right there.
Aaron's. Putting a great move on the disc.
Yeah, got that one to flip up late in the flight, huh?
Yeah. And McMahon takes the tee. Getting a light car raz. Is he okay out there, Nate?
That pinches the angle off quite a bit. I mean, he threw it over 500 feet, but he really needed to get back to that road and skip.
Can we see a grenade, maybe?
That's a good call. Yeah.
Scott on 13, throwing 2. Oh, that's a nice recovery shot.
Yeah, his first scramble attempt of the round.
I'm going to fly this whole 3.
All right, so we do have a decent 12-mile-per-hour wind out of the west, which lends itself to a tailwind left to right here on hole 3. We are flying through a patch of Scotch broom. It is a invasive weed that actually only blooms for a couple weeks out of the year, and it is bright and yellow here for the Cascade Challenge. Players are looking to throw anywhere from 450 to 550 feet, hoping to land their drive in this patch of matted down grass. They're then headed back into the forest. The trees kind of funnel in toward the basket. Gets pretty technical as we approach the green. Playing as the second hardest hole on the course.
Huh. I guess it makes sense with that, pinching second shot into this fairway.
Just the distance as well. It's 860
That's
feet
true.
for a par 4, so it's really asking a lot off the tee, and it just seems hard to access the circle with those late guardians.
Let's see if Adam can make the second shot work.
Yeah, he's probably over 400 feet into the green. All hyzer angle. Yeah, a little early, but gets a little love and might be just outside the circle.
Okay. Eagle walking to his line. Those trees are pretty big, though, aren't they, Nate? And the power lines as well. On 13, though, we have a Conrad putt for birdie. This is to regain a share of the lead. Casual for that man. While Eagle gets us ready, I'm going to sneak in a quick shout out for Shade Harrison, who did a Jennifer Allen today. Ace in hole 1.
Wow. 2 aces already today, Ian.
Love it. McMahon Looks like putter or mid, Nate. He's going to go for the big turnover? Or could this be a roller?
Yeah, I don't think he has the airspace for a turnover, but yeah, just not quite enough ceiling to really get into the circle.
Huh.
Yeah, really tough spot to put yourself. You would much rather be on the left side of this fairway.
That felt like a play for par, honestly. Maybe conceding after the drive. Scott, you saw the approach. There's the tap in.
Yeah, really nice scramble there from Evan. And James is going to take the box back.
Aaron's back on 3.
Prime position for Carter. He's got 330 into the green here.
Cast that one just a little wide.
And after a bomb from Anthony Barella, he's probably going to have just over 300 feet into the green. A little bit more of a turnover to flat approach.
That's on the dance floor for AB. Should see his way to a birdie. Let's check out Nate's notes, brought to you by blackinkdisc.com, the premium disc golf store.
Gaps off the tee. We've seen it. This is a different style than last weekend. There's not a ton of airspace out here. And when you don't hit that gap, you know you're going to be scrambling, and you have to stay patient out there. I mean, we know the course is getting shredded right now, but those are just a couple guys there at the top. If you're just a few under par, if you're 5 under, you're in this game. So stay patient out there, and you're going to have a lot of circle 2 looks. The wind is down when you're in the woods, and you need to capitalize on some of those.
Yeah, it's interesting at Beaver State Fling, the gaps are later in the flight, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to like these tee shots we've been seeing here.
Yeah, and just a lot more airspace.
Yeah. Aaron's casting his 3rd a little wide as well, but that's just fine for 4.
It always makes such a big difference for the overall average round, whether the gap is early or late.
Conrad, tee of 14.
Yeah, he's speeding things up again here. That's huge, Ian.
Nate, I've heard people talk about James's throw, where he like follows through off the tee pad as a bad thing. But you talk to James about that. What does he tell you?
Well, James's style is not necessarily something that you would teach someone, but when you've been doing it since you were a kid, and you get as confident as you are, it's hard to say that he's doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
like the technical people say it's a wasted brace, you know, like a little wasted momentum. But if you talk to him, he's like, that's how I hit my line. I'm like flying down that line.
No, totally.
Yeah.
James totally opens up his body a little earlier. He's not a brace and rotate player. He does it different, but the man is a 2-time major champion.
That's what makes it kind of cool, right? Yeah. Amos looking at birdie.
One thing I wanted to add about James was we saw him actually looking at his hand after that last throw. James has this very unique symptom that happens when he throws sometimes, where his finger actually slips off the disc and it cuts his thumb open. And I believe that happened right there on that shot. It happens every once in like 50 throws or something.
Carry super glue or anything? Or
he just starts bleeding. It's a really unique symptom of a disc golf throw.
Barella's birdie putt finds the target off the schneid for AB. 1 down through 3.
you know, some people like rip their pointer finger open.
Yeah, that's the one I
sometimes.
see more often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen someone. It's his nail just like kind of
Oh,
digs
it digs
into
in.
his own thumb.
Interesting. McMahon in for par. I just watched the video tour of James's new house on the Disc Golf Network, or Disc Golf Pro Tour's YouTube page. If you haven't checked that out, done by my buddy Corey Merle, it's a great watch.
Yeah, beautiful shuttle bus converted into a condo.
Yeah, it's so nice.
James is kind of living the life, just playing video games in the evenings after his rounds.
Entela is second on 5. That should work. Scott on 14. That was 14. James playing a little Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes, I actually got it for him for his birthday.
You
that
did?
was
Aw.
recently on May the 4th.
It's a nice birthday to buy a video game on. Entela. This is a par putt for Niklas. And a par make. My wife is bogarting the TV right now with Tears of the Kingdom, man.
She is. Your
Yeah.
wife is.
Yeah, she's all about it, man.
Not your 9-year-old
No,
son.
no, he's playing Fortnite.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good game, too.
Yeah, it is. Barella, T of 4. Is that close to the line, Nate? Needs to push that one a little farther or what?
Yeah, he was just a little early out of the hand. He needs it wider, and he needs to flatten that fairway out for just a bit.
Let's see if Hammis can find the line.
I think he found it.
Yes, he did. Nearly skipping it in is Adam Hammis. Aaron's.
He's actually going putter here.
Is he? I think just too low. Other than that, a great line. But skips into circle 2. And McMahon, 1 over through 3. Short enough to bust out the forehand. And another late release from Eagle, this time on the forehand side.
Yeah,
One more look at this Adam Hammis shot. Patented sidearm from Adam. And almost copyrighted the ace. Although I guess someone already has a prior, art. What is it? I don't know how to word it here. Someone already aced this one though.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
No patent there for Adam on that one, even if it goes in. But a huge thanks to our friends at Sunsteins. They're sponsoring the patented moment of the day. Patent, copyright, trademark, NFT. They've got you. SunsteinLaw.com. Huge supporters of disc golf. Back to the bird on 4. Throwing 2.
It makes me hurt a little watching Eagle forehand. You know, he went from one of the best distance forehand throwers ever to now he's still heavily favoring that arm when he's throwing one.
Scott throwing 2 on 14. This is a 770-foot par 4.
Yeah, he didn't cover a lot of ground off the tee. I think he's well over 400 feet from the pin on that shot.
Barella. That was a long bid, but it's just a layup for par for AB. Barella's going to stick at 1 down through 4. McMahon. A par look in circle 2. A tickle, but not to be for eagle. That's 2 over through 4.
Did he even have 2 bogeys total last weekend?
He had 1. Aaron's for birdie. And to get off the schneid. Just heavy chains, but fights through, unfortunately. Adam Hammis for birdie.
Forced into the straddle here.
Nice putt from Adam. Gets him on the board today, 1 down through 4. Rest of the gang will clean up here. Eagle first for bogey. And a couple par drop-ins for Aarons and Barella. And they are on their way to hole 5. While they make a walk, we got a James Conrad shot for you. Second on 14.
Yeah, should have a pretty clean hyzer lane. Going with that stable putter again.
And will he make it 12 through 14? You'll find out on the other side of this break. Back in just a few.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
The Challenger is consistent not only on the putting green, but also throwing as an approach disc. With the Challenger, you're getting a really straight flight, whether it be 5 feet or 120 feet. You can just really spin it and trust that it's just gonna hold right where you aim.
Just the net. It was like James Conrad putting for birdie. Hole 14. To go 12 through 14. All kinds of chains, Nate. It just dribbles out, unfortunately. T of 5 with your final group and Adam Hammis.
Yeah, it's a big forehand from Adam. That'll be in a great spot.
Barella. Just a little too wide, was it?
Yeah, maybe a little too fast. Just cooking that driver. Probably high 60s on that forehand throw.
Yeah, AB touches 70. when
On
he wants
forehand he
to.
does?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. It's close. Yeah, with kind of the slower eagle forehand, AB's the both sides dominant guy. Aaron's, when it comes to distance anyway. Oh, another early release. Let's see if McMahon can find the line. He hasn't found it yet. The tee shots have been errant.
He's going flippy mid-range here. Stopped it from traveling another 80 feet. You can definitely get up and down from there.
Okay. Scott. We believe that to be a par. And that is, we know that one's a par for James. Aaron's throwing 2 on 5. Crowd likes it.
Yeah, a lot of power on that standstill.
Your scores as they sit. Still waiting for that other. Is that Evan Scott? That was a bogey for Evan? Oh, a cooler. As James now has a 2-stroke lead.
Yeah, Ricky Wysocki goes birdie to finish his round. He gets to 9. Gavin Babcock 9 with 1 to play.
A turkey right now too.
All right.
Barella back on 5. Throwing 2.
Yeah, he's going to have to carve something through this early gap. Ride out for a couple hundred feet and then get stable late in the flight. Should be a pretty fun one.
Looks like he's just throwing at a wall here, Nate. A wall with a tiny gap that he somehow hit.
Yeah, he hit that early gap. He really needed a little bit more angle out of the hand, but he's got a 50-footer for a birdie.
He's dancing. Entela. Hole 6.
Yeah, pretty common spot to land there on 6, just 60 feet short.
And he would go on. Tap in that par. Back to 5 for McMahon, throwing 2.
This really does look like he's throwing at a wall.
Yes.
It's like 8 2-foot gaps to choose from.
Pick one and hope you get lucky. A job done, Nate. How about that?
Ooh, and it was like flipping up as it was traveling on hyzer. What
was
a
cool
shot from Eagle. That'll get him on the board. That was high level right there.
It was. The putter flip was a putter?
Yeah.
That's cool. Back to 6 for Proctor, putting for birdie. And that is a 3-down day for James so far. Two off the pace set by the other James. Back to 5 for Hammis. Throwing 2. Late tree hit and a kick, it looks like there.
It just shows you, man. I mean, Adam had a perfect drive. He's in a great spot, and he still has to scramble. It's just the nature of these par 4s out here at Shelton.
mentioned earlier how tough 5 is playing. 3rd most difficult on the track.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just 8% parked. Less than 20% circle 1 in regulation.
Wow. Proctor's tee shot.
Yeah, just kind of flattens that driver out.
Aaron's back on 5. Okay. That works. That's a par putt coming up for Carter. Is that an emotional support caddy? He could carry the bag for him at least, you know.
Yeah. That's a grown-up appearing 15-year-old right there.
Yes. Very much. Hamas in the woods with his 3rd. It came. No. I'll jump over to Antela on 7.
Yeah, gets back on edge, gets a little kick. Really nice shot there. It's a 400-foot par 3.
There is Adam Hamas in the woods on 5. Adam should be able to drop that in no problem. But it will be for par. Barella lines up a birdie putt. Circle 2. Everything but in. A little low from AB. It's going to clean up par. Stay at 1 down through 5. James Proctor putting for birdie. Hole 7. Nice make.
Looked like it tried to hop out off the ring. Big time putt from James.
That was McMahon getting off the schneid, getting his first birdie of the day. Improving to 1 over par. Aaron's, this will be for par. Followed by a Hamas par. And an AB par.
Yeah, that start from Evan Scott and James Conrad is looking even more impressive after watching some of these holes.
Antela. That's a birdie make on hole 7 for Niklas. Man, when you watch Niklas play, it's tough to remember how young he is. He just looks so calm, collected. He doesn't do anything silly, you know.
Yeah, those Finns, they just express emotion a little bit different than we do here.
Or not at all.
Yeah, or not at all, exactly.
I remember asking Seppo about that. We were doing commentary on some round. I was like, how did you keep calm? He's like, trust me, I'm not calm on the inside. But he doesn't let you know. He doesn't.
Was that at Beaver State?
I think it was a Goat Hill round.
Okay.
Yeah. Gosh.
Man, that's honestly, one of the sadder stories, him retiring early. That really broke my heart.
I know, man. I love watching
What
Seppo
do you
throw.
mean? You're one of the best throwers I've ever seen.
Listen, yeah, just his disc skills are unbelievable. McMahon going to keep it going after the birdie on 5. Takes the tee of 6. Another earlier release from McMahon. The timing is just not there right now.
No, it's not.
Hamas.
Yeah, 9-speed flat top driver here. He is looking to go up that inside lane. That is perfection here on the 6th.
Beautiful.
Just flew it right up that trail.
Barella.
Maybe Anthony's throwing the same exact disc here.
Just a foot too wide.
Ooh, he might have actually kicked down early of that mandatory tree.
Aaron's. Same.
Overcorrects on a couple of his early misses, and man, it really does seem to snowball here. If you're not hitting early gaps, it almost makes these players kind of second guess their next tee shot.
Proctor, tee of 8.
And needs to hold that turn. Should be past that OB. Yep, gets that green flag.
Entela.
At 560 feet, this is one of the more attackable par 4s. Garrett Garthy actually carded an eagle earlier today from 60 feet.
Shouts to Corbin Phillips, who also did it from 82.
All right.
Wow.
There you go. Definitely looking to see some big shots as this card approaches. So they did kick down, short of the mandatory. Haven't crossed it yet.
AB putting that flex forehand really high in the sky.
Can't really imagine getting up and down from short of that Mando.
That seems near impossible. Entela throwing 2 on hole 8. Likely good enough for the fin. And Aaron's at the drop zone, so it appears he did miss the Mando with the tee shot. I thought he hit even earlier than, than AB did.
I'm surprised. I wonder how it flew to miss that line.
Yeah.
But that's unfortunate bogey and a pretty tough start to go 5 pars and then to bogey the 6th.
Yeah. Hamas looking at Eagle McMahon and his second shot coming up. Eagle found a tree on the way in. He's in circle 1 though, is the word from our friends at UDisc. Barella for par. Not far off, Nate.
No, not at all.
It will be a bogey there for AB. They'll drop him back to even on the day. And a huge thanks to our friends at Great Lakes Discs for sponsoring the free coverage on YouTube today. If you're watching on YouTube, it is thanks to them. Head over to the website. Use the coupon code DGPT for 15% off through June 2nd. And back to the action with McMahon for par. This is not circle 1, is it? Oh.
No. 40-footer here. Oh, this is tragic start to Eagles tournament.
He's going to be 2 over through 6. That's 7 off the pace set by Conrad. A bogey putt coming up for Aaron's. Varela also looking at bogey. McMahon. A bogey putt of his own, and a par is taking the box on the final grip here on hole 6. That was a birdie for Adam, wasn't it? Excuse me, it's been a while. Proctor on hole 8.
Those guardian trees leaves him at 30.
Hole 16, James Conrad from Conrad Country. Make it count. Nice putt. That puts James at 12 through 16. Withers, hole 8. In there beautifully. Birdie tap in coming for Withers. Back on 7, Adam Hammis with the box, who just grabbed 2 strokes on the entire card.
Wow. 400-foot par 3 here. This gap is 12 feet across, and it prevents you from throwing the hyzer. You kind of have to go baby Annie through this gap with something stable that gets back to flat. Just a little bit of tailwind right to left at the end of that flight that kind of pushes that disc out of the circle.
McMahon. There's a gap hit, Perk.
Yeah, Eagle really committed to the width there. Great shot.
That should bounce back for Eagle with a nice birdie. Barella.
He took almost no time on that shot, too. A little bit of frustration.
Aaron's. After AB catches an early tree. Late release for Aaron's.
Okay, kind of a guessing game at this point.
Oh, it is tense and nervy on this final group, Nate.
Yeah, I know, I'm sweating a little bit.
Yeah. Proctor for birdie.
Oh, yeah. That's a turkey.
Conrad on 17.
Oh, that was coming in hot.
That was smoked.
He'll have a uphill circle's edge look.
Antela. Nice putt for Niklas on 8. Solid.
That little pitch sure does make it look easy.
Yeah, right.
I can just pitch it in there. It's a skill.
It definitely
Popping
is.
that disc off your fingertips like that.
Proctor, you saw the approach. There's the birdie putt. That's a nice day for Scott. He had a rough BSF too, actually. I'm thinking back to it.
He did, yes. 60th place.
Yeah. Aaron's after the tee shot throwing 2. This kick to a pretty friendly spot, Nate. I was worried he's going to be buried in there.
He's going to be outside the circle, though, for his par.
Yeah.
Looking a little deflated.
Looking like 15 today. He was not looking 15 last week, Nate. And Barella just threw that approach. And popping ahead to Withers on 9. You heard him.
Yeah. Took a left turn there. So many trees in the way.
It looks real crowded over there. Ooh. Proctor. Sitting 5 down through 8. Nice pace.
Early, but it kept flying.
Yeah, it looked like it might have checked up too. And hopefully a lane on the putt. Entela. I thought that one had a chance.
Yeah. Such a specific line. It's only 6 feet wide at the end of the tunnel.
Wow. Playing the who's out game. Looks like Adam might win. Hamas in circle 2, putting for birdie. To go 3 through 7.
Yeah, a little bit of headwind right to left here. Not a great wind for a 40-footer.
And chooses to not even go for it? Or did that just a massive wind read mistake?
I have to think he just misread the wind.
Yeah.
I can't imagine him laying up a flat ground 40-footer.
Yeah, not that guy. Owner of one of the most ridiculous putting rounds in history. That Hall of Fame
Hall
Classic.
of Fame, yep.
Oh my goodness. Aaron's to save par. Just a little wide from Aaron's. Be back-to-back bogeys. On the other side of the green, Barella to clean up par.
Good putt there, back into the headwind. Was any of Carter's 12 down on camera?
No.
Didn't see it on the network at all.
Maybe like the last 2 holes,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
It's really unfortunate for him to have the round of his career not filmed and then to come here and just having a rough start through 7.
That was Hamas dropping in par. Conrad on 17 for birdie.
Oh, another one, Ian.
Oh my gosh.
We're at 13 under par.
Nutty.
Through 17 holes.
Let's see that again. One more time. Conrad from circle 2, living in Conrad country. Can he close it out with a birdie on 18? You'll find out when we come back from this break. Just a few.
Play smart. That means getting reliable results from reliable discs.
Keep it simple. Founded in 1995 as Innova's original molding partner, Millennium Golf Discs are designed for control and not overcomplicating your game.
Throw Millennium. Premium discs that help you compete at your best.
Play smart,
keep it simple, throw Millennium.
My name is Ricky Wysocki. I founded the Saki Bomb Foundation as a nonprofit organization committed to growing the sport of disc golf with America's youth. The foundation's first putt initiative puts 50 discs and 1 portable basket in the hands of PE teachers across the United States at no cost to the school. We've already sent first putt packages to schools in all 50 states with the generous support from our sponsors. If you want to be a part of this movement, visit sakibombfoundation.org. Thank you for growing the sport of disc golf with us.
Welcome back, McMahon. Full send from the bird.
Oh, that's in danger of missing that mandatory tree.
Thankfully gets the green.
He
was testing it, wasn't he?
He was testing it. I've been waiting just a bit to see that shot. Kind of expected him to go 12-speed roller, but 560, he can get that all there, can't he?
Yeah, he sure can. Hammis.
Adam is going roller here.
Big sky roller. Talk to me, Nate.
That's way up there. I mean, he's probably 80 feet out. Yep.
Fantastic. AB, also no slouch in the roller department. What do you think?
I would think he's going air shot. I think this is that staple 12 speed that he threw on the forehand earlier. Nope, that's rolling. I like that angle.
Oh. Okay, just one of the Guardians. I mean, that's still like a normal drive, right?
Yeah, it's a great spot.
Yeah. And Aarons takes the tee. And hole 8 playing as the easiest hole on the track. Let's see what kind of... Are you worried about this one, Nate, or is he okay?
I think he successfully navigated the Mando there.
Okay. Oh, unfortunately. Possibly not.
Missed it, huh?
And to
Man,
left
what
for
a
birdie.
tough day Carter's having.
Oh! From way downtown.
He didn't even jump that. Whoa. His circle 3 putting is really good.
He's on that list, isn't he?
He's cashed a lot this season,
Yeah,
Ian.
you are totally right. What was that from? 79 feet from the fairway. Wow. Let's get one more look at this Antilla make from beyond all circles. Spicy. Ooh. I can go for that. I could also go for some wall, guys. That sounds pretty good right now.
Does sound pretty fire.
Yeah.
Oh, rice bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Some falafel.
Conrad is doing some padiddling as he waits on 18's tee. What's the name of the game on this tee shot here, Nate? You trying to finish straight, left, right? Does it matter?
Yeah, you can see the wall of trees at the end. You kind of want to navigate to the right of that wall. So James is going to be taking this 9-speed. He's going to crack it as hard as he can on just a little bit of Annie and hope to fly through the right side of that gap, hoping for 400 off the tee.
Proctor on 9. That's another Circle 2 make to his resume, Nate. You said he's leading the field already? Or leading the tour?
Yeah, before Beaver State, he had made more Circle 2 putts than anybody else on the tour, which is big time.
That is big time. I'm honestly not surprised, though, watching him play for so long. He's deadly from range. McMahon back on hole 8. Second shot. And you were right to be worried about that Mando, Nate. He was right on it.
Yeah.
Gets it in there, and he's got a putt for birdie. Barella, about the same. Circle's edge for AB. Proctor now on 10. Sitting on 4 straight birdies.
It's a good spot there. If you push that OB long right there, you really open up your angle.
Entala, also on 10.
Yeah, you don't need much on the 10th. 330 to 350 is plenty.
Back to your final grip and Adam Hammis. That roller ridiculous. Let's look at eagle.
Yeah, full flight putter right there.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun little release.
Give it a little half go. Maybe it crashes in at the end. Crashing in reminds me, we forgot one more albatross, Nate. Nicola Castro, USDGC.
Oh, man.
I know, right?
Just slacking, Ian.
I know, man.
I think I know my disc golf history. I don't know
shame
nothing.
on us. Shouts to Reddit for the correction.
Yeah,
Thank
he jumped off a tree.
I know, man. How do we forget that?
Well, it's because it's a par 4 now.
Oh, that's true.
Well,
Burrell.
so is Philo's.
Oh, AB kisses off the chains. He's been close, just hasn't quite found the stroke. Oh, wow. He's making that look easier than it probably is.
He's a talented man.
Yeah.
He can juggle while riding a unicycle.
Yeah. My friend went to Virginia Tech. That's where he went, right?
That's right.
Yeah, he told me he knew James as the unicycle guy when he went to college. And he found out later unicycle guy is James Conrad, and like, it blew his mind.
That's so cool.
Yeah. There's McMahon getting that birdie home. That's 3 of the last 4, but unfortunately there's a bogey in between. McMahon back to even on the day. Barella cleans up. Aaron's. Hammis, that's a birdie. And now it is tee time for Conrad on 18.
Full speed ahead here. Gonna fly to the front of the tee.
I hear perfect, Nate. And I don't hear any trees. Come on.
How do you run to the front of a tee pad and throw a disc where you want it?
Just got to turn it to James Conrad. That's the only answer. Scott, not quite as good, Nate.
Yeah, nearly getting that inside line, but the right side of that late fairway is what you're looking for.
And shouts to Gavin Babcock, who did finish with the birdie on 18, getting that 10 down into the house. Just the 1 bogey on the day. When you have an ace, that's all right. McMahon on the tee of 9. Nate, the flip up on that was sick.
One of those inside out shots right there.
Almost got it.
Yeah. That's frustrating.
He's in circle 2 at least. Hammis next up.
Yep. Hits 80% of the gap and it gets a little lucky for the last 20%. Parks it.
Barella. AB sitting even on the day. Just a little wide, but that's all it takes out here, Nate.
Yeah, such a specific line.
Aaron's.
Still has yet to birdie. That's the pure shot. Just happens to be a log there at 25 feet to leave him a tester.
Hopefully that'll get him off the schneid, get him on the board today. We're going to jump ahead to our other feature group, and James Proctor throwing 2. This is on hole 10, par 4. Ooh, late tree there from Proctor. He's going to be in circle 2 for that birdie bid. We'll check back with James once that happens. Barella with his second coming up. Forehand approach that gets right next to the bucket. Entela, hole 10. That works. Nate, what do you do when your entire card is playing like our final group right now, man? How do you break out of that?
Yeah, it's definitely a tangible feeling when everyone's deflated. I think that is really what makes a great disc golfer, is being able to rally yourself and put yourself in a better state of mind regardless of what your competitors are doing.
McMahon with a tough look at birdie.
Oh yeah. But I've always said, Ian, that golf differs from disc golf in the way that, you know, disc golf, there's 4 people on a card and everyone's so close to each other. So you can really feel the emotions of everybody. Golf, there are 2 people to a card on Saturday and Sunday, and it's you and your caddy. You're not really like chatting with the other golfer. You're on separate sides of the fairway a lot of the times, and it's not quite as intimate as disc golf.
That's an interesting observation, but totally true. One more look at this McMahon make. Straddle from the knee.
Gets that last link on the right side, and it pulls it in.
Got DeAndre Hopkins on the chains right there. Who's a free agent as of today.
Just got released from the Cardinals. Couldn't believe that.
I know. Aaron's for birdie. Yes. Get it, Carter. On the board. Hopefully that can kickstart the rest of the round here. We're starting to see some good play finally here from this final group. As Hamas just drops in. Another birdie. That's a clean 4 down from Adam. That's solid. Barella drops in. It's a par for AB. And they're on their way to the par 4 10th.
Yeah, Anthony just 1 birdie on that front 9.
With his skill set, it just seems just super unlikely.
Yeah, probably the least amount of birdies he's had on a 9-hole stretch all season.
Hole 10, Nate, what's our play?
Yeah, par 4, 520 feet. You really just need to get something out the gap and shape slightly from left to right. There is some OB on the left, marked by the Scotch broom plant, and then you're left with 350 to 250 into the green. Hole 10, surprisingly, playing as the 8th hardest hole, nearly averaging par on the day. As this fairway shapes back from left to right, you can see some trees on the right marked yellow. They sit in a little painted hazard area. And again, Ian, we've got a heavily guarded green here, some trees out at 60 feet. Of course, some trees that guard Circle 1 right here.
On the green of that hole, James Proctor putting for birdie. Circle 2. Trying to add to the tally. Ah. Drop in par instead coming for James. Proctor currently sitting in a tie for 18th. 6 down through 10. Withers. This is a par putt for Scott, excuse me. Oh no. That's back-to-back bogeys for Scott. It was starting to have a day. He was 5 down through 8. But 2 coolers right there. Back on the tee, McMahon. Speaking of coolers. It doesn't look like Eagle throwing a forehand, Nate.
It's not the same, Ian.
Hammis. Adam out the gap cleanly and in business on the par 4. Aaron's. Catches the last tree he needed to beat on that corner. Barella. That's wide. Will it work? No. This place is straight up punishing if you're not hitting your line, Nate.
It really is, Ian.
It's a really easy course. It's a really hard course if you're not hitting. Oh, my goodness. I guess I shouldn't say really easy. James Conrad's making it look really easy. Antela puts that one home nicely for another birdie. Niklas starting to heat up. And back to the fairway we go for McMahon throwing 2. Overstable fairway for McMahon.
Yeah, just a little setup shot here. That was where he was hoping to land off the tee.
McMahon and co making their way up the fairway.
There really is just a layer of sadness emanating from
isn't it? You can
scar.
Totally feel it. It's rough. Antela on the tee of 11.
Oh, these Finns love their standstills. And Niklas dials up a beauty right there with the putter. You know, I asked Seppo once why a lot of the Finns throw standstill, and Seppo said that he thinks it's because Jussi Moresma got to 1020 rated, and he was a big proponent of a standstill.
Really?
And would throw full drive standstill. Yeah.
I was gonna guess because they play in the snow all the time.
Yeah,
But
that's a good guess.
I like that theory.
Yeah.
AB, second on 10. Is it that roller disc? We'll find out when it lands.
What?
No way. No way,
He
man.
just flew that through the gap.
What? That was bananas, man.
That was
That was shaped like a
touchy.
banana. Unreal, man. Let's watch that one more time. Roll back that Zuka. Oh, that's like a mid or something.
Yeah, we kind of lose it for a second, but yeah, he hits this on a severe Annie and just matches his speed with the stability up perfect. Flies it through the gap and into the bullseye.
Thanks to Zuka for rolling that back, and thanks to EB for throwing that shot. Eagle and AB there looking at Carter, who was on the hunt. Looks like he's just checking out lines at this point, Nate, or is he looking for a disc?
I think he's found his disc and he's kind of eyeing up his
out
line. Yeah. And as you said before, anytime you're looking for that long, you know it can't be good. And there is that hazard bunker that is looming.
It looks like Aaron's has figured out his second shot.
Looks like he's going putter turnover. Just throws a cut roller out of bounds.
Oh my goodness.
No. This is a nightmare right now.
Jumping ahead to 18, Conrad. The approach left him this, a putt for birdie.
What a day for James Conrad.
14 down. He is 4 strokes clear of the field right now.
14 down. This card might not even combine for 14 down.
Why you gotta do him like that?
James did him like that, man. This is brutal. He's leaving this field behind. He's 4 clear of Gavin and Evan.
Hamas, his second. Looks like it entered a little early.
Yellow flag. That's that painted
see it?
hazard area.
Up ahead on the course, Proctor on 11. He just throws these high drifting shots so beautifully, Perk.
Yeah, the way he just kind of wraps his wrist around the disc is kind of unique.
And back to 10 for McMahon, throwing 3.
James's round unofficially rated at 1096.
No kidding. Entela for birdie. Niklas, that's 5 in a row. Making a push at 7 through 11. Proctor also a birdie. He used Niklas's putter. I love that little wrinkle in disc golf. You can just grab a disc out of the basket and use it.
You can?
Yeah.
A wrinkle in disc golf.
Yep.
It's nice.
Aaron's. That was his 4th, Nate, after the OB second.
Yeah, that second shot was wild.
Antela now on 12. Beautiful.
That's perfect.
That's a bullseye, right?
This is par 4,
Oh,
so
thank
he'll
you.
be right where he needs to be. He'll be on that trail leading to the pin.
Gotcha. Hamas. A long look at par. Floats that one high, coming back for bogey now. And a bit of a cooler after was starting to get cooking.
faster return to where it was. Just like a regular golf, you can't put balls to the best of the
But also, we don't really know where it was because we didn't see it.
I don't know. The spotter would know where was it? Where was it?
Like a foot and a half back behind it. It landed on top of it. But should I play two?
Provisional.
Oh, so another disc hit Eagle's disc out of the hazard?
No, it sounds like he landed in the hazard, but the spotter moved it back out to the OB line. Is that what it was? Or do you think a disc hit it? Huh.
I'm not sure.
I
Either
guess
one
that
of those
could be
options.
It. Yeah, one of those two, huh? Interesting.
He's not even going to clear it, Ian. He's
No.
just going to step up and putt now. So if he makes that putt, it won't matter.
Mm-hmm. We'll try to find out what exactly happened there. You've got to be right. There's no way that spotter moved a disc. He's been there all day, you know? He's not going to move a disc in the hazard.
Especially out of the hazard, too.
Yeah.
Out of OB, I could see.
Yeah, and Aaron's disc was right in front of Eagles, right? Yeah. Aaron's for bogey.
I was so ready for Eagle to hit both of those back to back. There we go.
Strong. It's a Band-Aid putt, but it's a good one, man. Saving the bogey. That was Eagle McMahon making his comebacker on the provisional. Barella drops in. What a birdie from Barella, by the way.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck is fucking happening, man? It's fucking.
Wow, we are told he was in the hazard. Carter's disc hit him back almost out of the hazard. That seems crazy.
That is wild. That almost never happens.
How does that even happen?
Move a disc almost
What kind
2
of
feet.
physics are involved there to go backwards? Interesting, man. Yeah, it's been a day. It's been a great day for James Conrad.
It was quite the day. Unofficially 1096. That's just James's 5th round higher than 1090 of his entire career.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Barella, T of 11.
There's a log right there at 35 feet, and he just can't fly over the top of it. He has like a 40-footer. I'm sorry.
Not today, Nate. Not any other day, any other group, maybe.
It's just not happening for this card.
James throwing 2 on 12. Trying to bend it a little more right. It's leaking left. He's in circle 2. You like his chances. Back to the bird on 11.
Beaded putter here for Eagle. Oh, that was wide. But gets the turn on it.
And that should birdie and continues Eagle roller coaster day. He just has 2 pars through 10 holes. Adam Hammis, T of 11. And Adam onto the island safely. Aaron's. catches Carter as well. But they are at least on the island. And we found a wild Nico Castro on the tee of 18.
Yeah, gets a little late love there through the trees. He'll have a little tricky hyzer into the green. He's having himself a day.
Entela. Oh my gosh, you're right, Nate.
It's going to be back-to-back tournaments with Nico finding a rhythm.
Unfortunately, the one bad round he had at BSF was that moving day round on camera. Friday and Sunday were great, though. Aaron's for birdie.
First birdie of the day comes from 45 feet here on the island hole 11.
That's 3 circle 2 makes in a row for Aaron's. From the 15-year-old. Tons of pressure. Hometown crowd on the network. Starting to get in the rhythm here. Hammis for birdie.
Very direct delivery right there.
Yeah, that was
Love that.
Fired. Looking like a perk putt. Barella. Putting for birdie.
Right at circle's edge.
It's back to back for AB after the even start through 9. Now 2 down. McMahon to get back under par. And that's where you'll find him. Proctor for birdie, circle 2. Oh, catches the chains. You're going to watch James tap in that par on the other side of this break in just a few moments.
Most people just see a disc. At Discraft, we see over 40 years of innovation, driven by passion, consistency that inspires talent, built on a foundation, designed for success. Over 4 decades of experience behind your first throw.
Welcome back to the action. Entela, hole 12, putting for birdie. Never a doubt, and 6 in a row, the double Turk for Niklas. Back to your feature group, hole 12, Barella.
Just full speed ahead here, Ian. Oh, he's rolling it.
Hey.
Right
Progress.
side, we've seen it's possible to scramble from up there, but quite difficult.
McMahon.
Mid-range, making it past the catch cam there.
Beautiful flip up hyzer there from McMahon. Hammis.
Yeah, great line, just low.
Yeah.
Just didn't give that one time to flex out.
Aaron's. Going to the same line as McMahon, but just a little too wide. And as they make their way down 12's fairway, should be popping over some action soon. Angela, T of 13.
Held on to that 12 speed just a little too long. Oh.
Back to LaCastro on 18.
Yeah, he hyzered out much earlier than I expected, and he's looking high, Ian. Nico taking his time there. Probably just over 300 feet to the pin.
Thank you.
Oh, get some claps from the crowd. You might have a look.
Yeah. Back to your featured group for Hammis, throwing 2.
Yeah.
Just underturned?
Yeah, just left his hand early, I think 5th or 6th one of the round. You know, it's just, it has to be exact out here at Shelton.
Aaron's. Looks like a roller coming up. Or extreme anhyzer.
Yeah, it's that same
Yeah, it's roller.
putter that he cut rolled OB on the 10th, and
it got down.
It's hard to throw rollers in the woods like this. There's just so much on the ground. You're gonna hit a pine cone. There's some branches on the ground, some logs.
It's a real dice roll. Proctor, 13.
What a reaction off that log. Kicks it forward, slows it down.
Yeah, a tale of two groups, huh?
No doubt.
Oh my goodness. There are your scores as they sit right now. Like Nico trying to get solo second right now. He's finishing 18 currently.
Oh, another youngster finds himself in the top 10. Andrew Miranda, just 16 years old.
Oh, out of Central Coast, California,
right.
at Tascadero. Always plays well at Masters Cup.
Presnell having another good opening round. Major champion Isaac Robinson also shooting an 8 under.
Looks like Andrew's on the same card as Nico. We'll get a look at that finish there for Andy Morandi. Second for AB.
Looked like the short side of the circle there. He didn't seem too happy with that shot.
He's in circle 1, according to our UDIS scorer. Hammis.
He's going to stable up here. He's got quite a severe anhyzer. Deciding between that seasoned approach disc and that brand new overstable one. I think he's had this glow one in his bag now for 4 years.
I have seen it so many times. He throws it on some crazy lines.
Yeah, he really does. This is a Annie shot that he's trying to get back to flat late in the flight.
It was headed towards the target. We've got a par putt in circle 1 coming for Hammis.
I think disc golf needs that. We need those touch mid shots. We need the speed control shots. I think it's good to kind of balance things out on the tour with a heavily wooded track like this.
No, absolutely. Entala. Hole 13, his second. Just trying to get up and down for the par. You like his chances, Nate?
I don't. I think he's well outside the circle there.
McMahon throwing 2 on 12.
Going with another hyzer flip up with that putter and another really nice approach.
On 18, LaCastro trying to birdie out.
All right.
Solo second place for LaCastro.
That is a great round. Bogey free. Proving to be pretty tough to do. Just a few on the day.
There's a lot to miss out here. Back to 12 we go for Aaron's. Carter's third on the par 4. Nice touch on that forehand approach for Carter. Drop in from there. He's going to stay at 1 over through 12. Scott Withers putting for birdie on 13.
Oh.
Oh.
Crawls that 50-footer up and over the rim.
0 chains. And back to 12 for Barella. A birdie look. Circle 1. This might be circle 2.
Jams it home.
Whatever it was, it's a birdie. And 3 in a row for AB. Swinging over to McMahon, looking at birdie. And for the first time today, McMahon 2 under par. It's been a day. 4 bogeys. And now 6 birdies.
Yeah, it's crazy. He went 54 holes last week with just 1 bogey, and he already has 4 today. Completely different style, of course.
Hamas to clean up par. And there's Carter, a par as well. Entela for par on hole 13.
There he goes, Ian.
Antela is heating up, as is the action on Disc Golf Network, ladies and gentlemen.
Keeps the bogey-free round alive.
A ton coming your way, and if you're watching on YouTube today, consider subscribing to the Disc Golf Network. There's almost every weekend. You got live disc golf coming to your house. Awesome bonus content as well. Behind the scenes type looks. Love all that.
I mean, I'm a little biased. I work for the network, but when I'm not working on the network, I watch a lot of the Disc Golf Network, man, especially FPO in the morning. I mean, it's just so enjoyable, and there's so many cameras on the ground these days. The coverage has just continued to improve.
I'm guilty as well, man. It's always on my monitor.
Yeah.
Proctor. A birdie drop in on 13. He's at 8. He could be right there at the end of the day. Barella, tee of 13. AB sitting on a turkey. Has fought his way to 3 under par.
Yeah, this sets up great for his 9-speed.
Just was an overflex.
Yeah, definitely a little too much Annie.
Get another look at the McMahon forehand next.
He hasn't been dialed with this at all. Just kisses that 12 speed.
Oh.
Goes deep. I don't know.
That's all
I don't
it takes,
know
I
how
guess.
you generate that much space with just the wrist.
His quick twitch is, he's elite athlete right there. Hamas. Go in, maybe?
Gonna finish right of the bucket. Not by much, though. That is well thrown from Adam with that 12 speed.
Aaron's.
And he's going putter here, Ian.
Huh.
This is a tough shape, but a really fun one if he can execute. Yeah, I like that shape. Just started to turn a little early.
It seems like the shape of the fairway sets up a little bit better for the forehand line now.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a much higher level shot with the backhand. We saw Conrad park it there with his Envy, but yeah, the forehand, little flex, some stability.
Connor O'Reilly. All right. Nice to see out of our man. We'll be joining you in the booth on Central Coast Disc Golf.
Yeah.
Our post-produced.
One of my good friends.
He's the man. Connor sitting at 8 down. Proctor. Actually, excuse me, Connor at 7 down. Looking to make it 8 with a
Mean little reaction there for James, but should be in a pretty good position to throw that hyzer into the green.
They are looking at Anthony Barella, who is off fairway left, Nate?
Yeah, probably has 150 left.
He got most of the way there. A clean look at the par save. And nice to see Rick pop off a 9 today. And also nice to see Andrew Presnell with the 8 down, you know, after a strong showing at Beaver State.
Yeah, his career finish, honestly.
14, Entera. Playing like BRP hole 4.
Right?
For the first little while anyway, right? Yeah.
Oh, and a good rollout. That'll be significant difference in his lie. He's going to be looking straight down the alley.
Aaron's.
Circle 2 has looked pretty good for Carter. And he's not giving up by any means. Love to see that.
Barella, a par putt. This is not as close as it looks from this angle.
Yeah, that was deceiving, Ian. This is 55 feet.
And casting that wide as Barella. Just got it going, and he's going to clean up a bogey.
Yeah.
O'Reilly for the birdie finish and to get to 8 on 18. Nice day.
Oh, nice little stretch there. He had 7 in a row. Got a little cold there on the back, but finishes with the bird to get to 8. It's a good round for O'Reilly.
McMahon in for birdie on 13. And Eagle's starting to heat up. That's birdies on 6 of the last 7. Kind of surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, and, you know, I love that he has missed a lot of the forehand shots, but he doesn't give up on it. Just stays calm, relaxes, and pulls out the 12 speed for this 360-foot shot.
Hammis drops home the bird, and Adam moves to 5. And one more cleanup here for Aaron's. And while they make their way to the next, we will take a break on the network. Back to the action in just a few.
Are you sick and tired of browsing through countless online stores for your disc golf equipment only to come up empty-handed? Look no farther. At Tintin Discs, we have a vast selection with pictures of each disc so you can find the exact one you need. We offer a wide variety of top-quality brands at affordable prices, including discs, bags, accessories, and much more.
While I do have a lot of different versions of the Thrasher in my bag, The main go-tos are those thrashers that I got when I first joined the team. And that just tells you how consistent those stock runs are.
That was Niklas's second on 14 there. A little bit of a backup here as your second featured card plays the rest of the hole. So looking at Eagles round, he's 3 down right now. He's got, what, 5 to play? I think he gets to, like, 7. Yeah.
These guys seem to do that.
Yeah.
Just having a tragedy of a round and then still finish with a very respectable number.
Yeah. Best case, he gets to 8. He's still going to be 6 behind James Conrad.
Wow. I don't think anyone would have said 14 was the number to shoot for.
Nah, it feels just almost impossible with all these trees to miss. Yeah. It just feels really unlikely. He did it, though. Entala. That was Entala's third on the par 4.
Got a little work left.
Yep. Yeah, as marked is still off the fairway. All right, we're going to jump back to the tee. McMahon.
This disc is going places. Best drive we've seen on the hole by 80 feet.
He's only like 100 feet short of the second feature card.
Yeah. I'm glad he waited.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
He's got to wait until the next card is just completely out of his eyesight.
Hammis. Not off by much, but punished.
Yeah, it's completely out of position to score.
Aarons.
Yeah, Carter takes a bigger run up than most. He kind of gets to the front of the tee pad with a bit of pace.
Nice little kiss there, but how's that, Nate?
That's not a good spot, Ian. It's definitely some sort of layup to 100 feet from there or something.
Barella.
Anthony doesn't even know what kind of kicks he's been getting this round. Like, we see it, but he can't tell that was going to travel another 50 feet on the skip.
Proctor's third. And that should work for 4 for James. Yep. Entala.
This is for par. Keep the streak alive.
Phasing through the basket somehow, but he missed that one long right.
Yeah, it kind of did look like a hologram basket for a moment.
He'll have that comebacker for his first bogey of the day. It's going to drop him back to 7 under best case.
6 strokes between first and sixth. Really don't see that anymore.
No, it's the thing of the past, isn't it? Not when James Conrad heats up, though. You put that man in the woods when he's on fire, and he's going to separate.
Yeah, James actually shared with me that he practiced solo for this tournament.
Huh.
He played behind a foursome and in front of a foursome, and he just kept that same pace. Didn't try to play through anybody, and he threw several shots off every tee and several shots from every lie, which is not how he typically likes to practice. So
maybe that's the new way.
Perhaps.
Amos. Throw in 2. Bit of a thrower there from Hamas. He had to be going for the flex play, right?
Yeah, going for the flex, just a little bit too much ante, and the disc couldn't hold up. Mr. Risley running to find his next player. These guys are doing work out here.
Oh my gosh. 2 rounds a day. Swing it over to Antela, putting for bogey. Edge of circle. Fired home. Drops Antela back to 7. He's got 4 holes left to improve on that. Proctor par. Crabtree dropping in as well. Back to your final group, and Aaron's off the fairway after 1, throwing 2 now.
Forced to go standstill here. Probably has a little over 400 feet to the green.
It was moving. Couple hundred left from there. Maybe inside.
Yeah, probably inside 200 feet.
You can see the skills in there, though. You know, the kid's got a crazy arm, and we've seen some huge C2 makes from him.
Definitely has the skills. Next generation. Game is in good hands with this next generation, Ian.
AB throwing 2.
Just under 350 into the green from here. Oh yeah, finds that back door.
James Proctor. T of 15. Count that one, Nate.
Yeah, beautiful shape there from James. Just gently traveling from left to right.
Back to 14 for Aaron's, throwing 3.
Good touch right there on that putter hyzer. You have to wonder if he has a little bit of that hometown pressure.
Oh, I'm sure, right? Yeah. I'm sure there's a bunch of friends and family came out to watch him today. Adam Hammis. Third shot is underway. The flex forehand.
Yeah, that's an important shot to have in a tight wooded course like this.
And now McMahon.
That drive was huge. We've seen 5-6 shots since.
It's been a while since we've watched Eagle throw. That looked clean.
Yeah, beaded putter into the green. And
did he maybe almost make it?
I think he almost made it.
Yeah. He is very close, is the word from production.
He was definitely going for it based off his reaction when it landed.
Entela, tee of 15. That was friendly.
I can't even imagine what it's. Oh, it kicked him out.
It kicked him out.
Kicked him out. Okay, we changed camera frames.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
There. I'm with you now.
Oh, that was trouble.
Yeah, it's thick over there. We saw Rachel deep in those woods.
Yes, we did. Back on 14's green, Adam Hammis. Putting for par. Just over the rim and in.
Yeah, good save there.
Barella, a birdie putt to get back to 3 under on the day. Job done there. Oh yeah, look where this disc is. He must got real close for eagle. Drops in birdie. That'll be followed by an Aaron's par. No worries there. And as they make their way to 15, we'll take a break on the network. Back to the action in just a few.
All the scoring that we do in our sport now is all digital. Having some sort of backup power source is going to be really important. You feel that it's good quality product. And having a stash pack that holds the cable that connects to any device, it just works. And so that's why this thing really works for me.
Great Lakes Disc, located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, is a fully stocked retail disc golf store that fulfills all of your disc golf needs. We carry all of the major manufacturers, accessories, and offer player and event sponsorship, along with tournament payout assistance. To learn more about Great Lakes Disc, visit greatlakesdisc.com.
Back to the action. Entela putting for birdie. Hole 15. This is a long putt for birdie. Although he's been making them, Nate. Looked like the line.
Yeah, he really hasn't made so many putts from that 70 to 90 foot range this season.
Proctor, practically a drop in for this man.
Yeah, it's going to get him to 9 with 3 to go.
Ooh. He's got lead card potential. I imagine his number is a lot lower than Babcock. Yep. McMahon, back on the tee at 15. Barella next.
Same miss for eagle. Just kind of comes out of the hand a bit too late. EB going straight mid-range. A little too much highs there on that release.
Hammis next up. Adam sitting at 5 down right now.
Nine speed here for Adam. Didn't quite get the full turn.
That's an interesting shot with the trouble on the right there.
Yeah, it's a tricky hole. I like that forehand play, but you're right. If you fade out early, you're likely not going to have a putt.
Aaron's trying to fight his way back to even. Looked like the idea.
Yeah, really clean release from the putter. I think he slightly overturned that one.
Ahead on 16, James Proctor.
James actually just got back from Sweden, and he didn't even get a chance to practice this course.
No.
This is his first look at it, Ian.
He's playing this blind right now?
That's
Are you
right.
serious, man?
Yeah. He swooped an A-tier in Sweden and flew halfway across the globe. He rented himself a Tesla, and he's just ripping it around.
Oh, nice.
With Eric Oakley. Yeah.
All right.
Having himself a weekend.
That's what Eagle drives to. Yeah. Probably not right now, but when he's home.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Cool.
cool. Model 3P.
All right.
Yeah. Speaking of McMahon, on 15, very long look at 2. And this is our rough signal hole. Apologize, guys. We're doing as best as we can. It'll get better after this, which is the good news. It hasn't been this bad all day, which is it's been nice. Barella for birdie. Casual.
Great looking 28-footer. And Anthony could also get to 7, Ian.
Yeah. It's right there.
After just one birdie on the front.
Definitely heating up back here. Hammis.
So Adam did fade out a little early.
Looks workable though, huh?
Yeah. He's cashed a couple of these this round. Obstructed uphill putt with a low ceiling.
They are giving him circle 2, surprisingly. A make here, and he's at 6 down.
Is it legal to rest my knee on this log behind my eye? Is this legal?
A log, I think he's okay. A tree, I don't think you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah.
A log is part of like the playing surface, right?
Mm-hmm. That's impressive. Uphill with that low ceiling like that. He's resting his knee on the log, as we heard him ask his card mates if that was legal. And he connects and moves to 6 under par. He's been frustrated all day, but he's putting together a pretty solid round.
He's right there.
If he birdies out, he's few off the lead.
Mm-hmm. Aaron's. And back to even he goes. He will look to build on that the last 3. This is a McMahon comeback for par. And let's check out Nate's keys for closing as we break it down the stretch. Brought to you by blackinkdisc.com, the premium disc golf store.
Yeah, so if you're not hitting your gaps in, you might want to recalibrate and try a different method, maybe a different disc. There's not any real danger on these finishing holes. There's definitely not a place where you can just blow up your round, and they're really ripe for scoring. I mean, 3 of the top 10 easiest holes are on these final 3, so definitely an opportunity to score.
Yeah, scrolling down the board, I'm seeing a lot of like 2 for 3 finishes, some turkey sprinkled in as well. Entala on 16.
Ooh, new route, Ian.
And when Simon's not here, somebody has to do it, right?
Haven't heard anything yet. Look at this. Finishing circle's edge left, but what a crafty line from Niklas.
He found something right there.
Yeah.
That's a nice little bit. Nice line.
It's totally a Simon line.
It is, isn't it? Oh. That way.
Blaine Williams.
I thought that was Blaine.
Looking for his drone.
Oh, is it? Blaine, what a great guy, man. Does all kinds of awesome work for the network. He flies all the awesome drone previews. So maybe a thread on Reddit shouting out the drone previews the other day for him.
Cool.
That was nice.
He is really skilled with that drone.
Yeah.
As soon as he's done with the hole, he'll just rip it back through the woods.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of a backup right now. It's the no disc golf action on your screen.
I think that's Adam's new girlfriend.
Oh. There. And while they wait, we'll take a break. Back in just a few.
And then it went like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, if it's glass, yeah, you're gonna shatter it. Battle your battles, you got a talent, how to the cure. You can breathe underwater.
Oh, cool.
Won't you teach me how to do it? Take a swim, bring me with you one time, but let me do my thing. Hey, hey, hey. And then it went like
We're going to fly through hole 16 here. Nate, walk us through the challenges.
Well, we might as well take a right and head 100 feet up in the air and try and follow Niklas's last drive. But this is a 350-foot par 3, pretty much dead straight for most of the flight. It has the slightest bit of left to right action at the end of the flight. Can kind of go up this inside lane or push it late on the backside with a stable forehand shot. I think this inside lane sets up pretty well for kind of that understable mid-range drift shot that we've seen a few times from Eagle today.
Ahead, Withers. Dries up just early. Proctor. Circle 2 look to get to 10 under par. A share of third. Off the rim goes Proctor.
Yeah, good looking release, nice and clean, no wobble.
And Entela, a birdie putt.
This green is just exposed enough that I think there's a little bit of wind coming through. That's a crafty birdie right there. The only player we've seen all day take that hyzer line.
I wonder if James throws that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if we see a few players. I wonder how many players are, done with their round, maybe watching the network, might take a peek at that hyzer.
Word spreads fast, doesn't it, on the Pro Tour?
Yeah.
Crabtree. That was for double bogey. He will unfortunately be dropping in a triple here.
That was for double bogey?
Yeah, apparently.
What did...
I don't know. What could have happened? Yeah, really weird. He's been playing solid. Just one bogey on the day. He was 3 down. It's gone now. Back to even he goes.
Oh,
Proctor for par. James 6 at 9. He'll have 2 more chances to get to 10 or 11. Either would put him on the lead card currently. Crabtree in for the big one. Let's check out what is coming your way on the Disc Golf Network. A lot of really fun events coming up. We've got Portland Open, 4 rounds there. Nate's headed to Missoula for the first time, the Zoo Town.
Oh, I can't wait to check out Montana, and also just can't wait to check out the new course that they made over at Glendoveer next week for the Elite Series Plus.
Yeah.
And then they head back down to Kansas in June. It's likely going to be pretty warm, and then...
Oh, the DMC.
Yeah,
Des Moines Challenge.
Gosh, I love that course.
Pickard Park, is
Pickard, it's so nice.
It's a total gem, man.
One of my favorite disc golf courses on the tour, and
it's a great mix of like wooded open holes, elevation everywhere.
Great scene. So many supportive fans come out for that one.
Oh, cool. We
had the Corey Wong show there last year, and this is a great lineup over the next month.
And it doesn't stop. It just keeps on rolling too. So we're headed over to Europe in July. The European Open, President's Cup. Oh, man. Gonna be good. AB, back on the tee of 16. Hammis.
Yeah, Domi 12 speed here. He's hit several really clean forehands today. And kind of straightens that one up. Looks like he got a straight kick off that tree. He's going to be at 50 to 60 feet.
Aaron's next.
Here we go. He's looking at the Nicholas line.
Oh, there we go. I wonder if the local knew about it already,
I wonder. Yeah, good call. Carter from just 45 minutes down the road. Looking to get under par here.
Also a world distance record holder. No problem on this big hyzer line. Yes. Wow. That was awesome, Nate.
Yeah, definitely not a fluke of a line. We're 2 for 2 on it now.
McMahon perhaps didn't practice it. We'll stick to the forehand.
Yeah, this is his straighter 12 speed. Oh, gets a little late love. That's parked.
Eagle will drop in birdie. That'll get him to 5. Chance at 7 still out there for McMahon. Antela, tee of 17.
$325-foot tunnel here. Nearly had it. Just a little on the left side.
Proctor sitting at 9. Pretty wild kick there for Proctor. Hopefully not too deep in the brush. Back to 16's green. Burlow, we've got marked as on the fairway. So I'll call this at least a 70-footer. Almost got it home.
Yeah, just a little low.
Adam Hammis next with the birdie putts. Circle 2.
Yeah, pretty obstructed, deciding whether he wants to go to a knee or hit one of these gaps up at eye level.
Almost stabbed that home, Nate.
Oh, right through the frame in front of him, and looked like it was headed for the heart. Gets the band. That's unfortunate.
And that would have got him to 7 down on the day. Aaron's.
That was such good speed. It was just kind of floating toward the chains.
Aaron's to move under par on the day. That was gross. Just heavy chains and just slides out of the target. It's one of those 50-50 balls, Nate, where it could flop in or out.
Looked like a good putt to me.
Yep. It did not look bad. That is a drop-in birdie for McMahon. Fighting his way to 5 under on the day. Aaron's a disappointing par after a great drive-in. A pretty good-looking putt, too. Flying 17, Nate.
325 feet, nearly dead straight. Basket finishes off slightly to the left. Playing as the 11th hardest hole on the course. Gap is 15 feet across at its narrowest, right about here. And there's one bush over there on the right that seems to catch quite a bit. Catches a lot of the low shots over there on the right side, and then you really just want to fade off in front of this last big fir. And this is one of the few holes out here that has any kind of rollaway potential. You can see just off to the right of this green, there's a slight slope. At this point in the round, though, you know, you're kind of feeling confident with this type of hole, or you're really not feeling it, and you're kind of nervous to hit another gap. There's no way around it. You have to shape something straight for 300 feet.
Yeah, there's no Antilla line on this one.
No.
And they're still waiting for the green to clear. So. And we have the Jomez contest win an all-inclusive trip to Worlds. It's not a giveaway, it's a contest. You gotta, like, you know, try to win it. You gotta, like, enter in. But that's a sweet, unbelievable package, man.
Sweet prize.
Can you believe that?
That is Smuggler's Notch is one of the best disc golf destinations in the world. I'm so thankful that the World Championships will be held there later this year.
Finally going for my first time, man. I know, right?
Can't believe that, honestly.
I know, the crew's been, but I've just never gotten to send myself. Excited to go for Worlds this year. And
did you get a room at the resort?
I think they're going to hook it up.
All right,
I hope so.
sweet. Are you calling the action?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
As it should be, Ian.
Should be fun, man. Can't wait. Two people are going to be really, really stoked, though, when they win that. Bring the fan. Told there's all kinds of, like, kids activities. There's, like, water park even, maybe? Some up there?
Yeah, water park. Oh, it's
amazing.
Family resort.
Antilla on 17. Didn't hear any trees. Usually a good sign on this track. And they are still waiting. Waiting for that second feature car to finish 17.
Call the fun police, Ian.
Not necessary right now. Let's see. Looks like we might have a little action for you. Yeah. Oh, James Proctor in the woods.
He spent a little bit of time looking for his disc. Locates it. Little pitch out to 18 feet.
And I'll have that left to keep it clean on the day. Clean 9 down. This raises the question: are you a fairway walker or a bench sitter during a backup?
I personally pace. I like to walk up the fairway. Yeah, I'm with
play,
Rick.
right?
I'm with Rick there.
Yeah, Rick's always up there.
Yeah, I like to keep the body moving.
Rick actually will caddy for the group in front of him if there's a backup. Making that up. Withers. Yeah, after a backup, Rick's usually running back to the tee pad. Proctor to keep it clean. And James will have one more chance to snag a birdie and make that lead card tomorrow. If not, he'll be sitting on the chase card. Antilla to clean up par. Niklas at 8 down. And a Crabtree cleanup. This is a par putt for Kyle.
Yeah, Crabtree's still a little deflated after that triple. Rightfully so.
Yep. And we should see some shots from your final group here shortly. McMahon with the box.
Eagle lining up this straight shot with a really overstable approach disc.
Interesting.
He just does it a little different.
Yeah.
He's going to crack this really hard on a little bit of Annie.
Too much Annie.
Just totally iced by that backup. That's
yeah.
It's hard to find that rhythm after you're just sitting there for 15 minutes.
Barella. That one didn't seem to come out of the gap exactly.
No, he missed his line, got a little lucky to get where he is.
Adam Hammis.
Going straight mid here. Should be looking to hit this dead flat.
Not quite, Nate.
Yeah, 0 for 3 on the gap so far.
Let's see if Aaron's has a gap hit lined up for us.
Yeah, I think he's got that flippy putter again. He's going to choose to go hyzer flip with this one. And 0 for 4 on the gap, proving to be a tough one today.
Tough gap, and like you mentioned, even tougher to hit after you just sat for a while.
Yeah. I think everyone kind of shares that sentiment that if you're just sitting there, the hole becomes progressively harder, or exponentially harder, rather.
Entala, T of 18.
Yeah, finds the left side of that gap and kicks him down. Not an ideal spot.
Proctor.
Needs to drift.
Sure. I love it.
Catches the last group of those trees.
Birdieable from there or no?
I think so.
Okay. McMahon throwing 2, back on 17. That looked great until the end. I didn't catch the finish, did you?
No, that's deep in those trees right there.
Dang.
50 feet at least.
The rest, honestly, pretty fortunate to get this far. We'll see where they are exactly, though. Adam Hammis appears to have found his.
Yeah, we've seen him line up this shot a few times today. This kind of steep Annie with this overstable approach disc.
You can't hate it.
Oh, it's a good shot.
From there?
Floats
Yeah.
it to 25 feet long.
Aaron's lining up his second. Gave it a chance. Aaron's will have that left for par. And McMahon in those bushes, Nate?
Yeah, he's deep in there. This is an unfortunate look.
Oh, wow. And unfortunately for par. Is he going grenade? He is.
Draws metal. Wow.
Barella, is it? Yeah. Wanted it.
Flew it just to the right of the chains. Good little tree to knock him down to 20.
Hammis walking to his par comebacker.
Kind of questioning whether he's outside the circle or not.
Oh, okay.
Believe he's just inside. Pretty solid up and down after being in the rough on the left side of that fairway.
Definitely a very nice scramble. Barella coming back for par. Maybe we'll stay at 4 thanks to that make. Aaron's. It's a par putt. Well done. McMahon to clean up bogey. Dropping eagle back to 4 under on the day. One more chance to make it, get it back to 5. Entela ahead on 18, throwing 2. Early tree, Nate.
That did not travel far at all.
No. Flying 18.
Oh, good. I wanted to fly this hole. It can be hard to tell what these holes are asking the players to do. This one in particular, there's some early fir trees here that kind of crowd this tee pad. You really want to shape something up the right side of this fairway. 360 gets you just enough distance to have the angle into the green. You're really looking for something more in the 400 to 425 foot range. Most players are going to be throwing a driver, trying to get it to drift up this trail on the right and start to fade right about now. If you land right here, you're looking at a 280 foot to 320 foot straight shot. And it could, again, it wouldn't be Shelton Springs if we didn't have an abundance of guardian trees at Circle 2's edge and Circle 1. And this is only the second pin on the course that has any elevation to it at all.
Is it 1 and 18?
That's right.
Huh. Some bookends for you.
Yeah, I don't mind that. You know, I think that
that's a nice mix, right?
There's a place for elevated baskets, but I think sometimes it gets a little extreme.
And we are up with your second feature card as they finish the hole.
Really feel like the drive on 18 is one of the more demanding drives for any of the par 4s out here. it's not quite the bomb and scramble hole. It's really a prescribed line that you have to navigate.
Kyle Crabtree throwing 2 on the finishing 18.
Yeah, pretty good look to get him back under par.
That'd be a nice finish.
It's always just better for the morale, you know?
Yeah.
So much better to shoot under the course par
You
than
beat the course rather than the course beating you,
Yeah.
right? At least a little bit.
even if you're 13 strokes off the lead, it still feels better.
Doing some snooping on AB and McMahon. Ahead on the fairway, Entala throwing 3. He will have to work for this up and down. It does turn into a forehand roller. Antela is going to finish with a bogey at best.
Yep. Still going to have to navigate 240 feet.
He's going to drop Niklas back to 7.
Is this his second right here?
Yeah, it is.
This is pretty ideal spot. He's going hyzer. And he will have that putt for the lead card. Is that right?
That's
Ian?
correct, Nate, yeah.
He could bump Evan Scott off the lead card.
I expected better from James there. That's quite a bit short.
Yeah, our expectations are pretty high.
Yeah,
of
they are.
some of these players. Oh, look at that, Ian. Just James Conrad is the only person right now who is on the lead card that birdied hole 1.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feature card getting stalled out just a bit again. Back-to-back holes.
Should be getting a green flag pretty soon. That second feature is all thrown there. Second shots looks like they've gotten that. Busting out the knucks. Yeah. They are waiting for this. Antela throwing 4. That's one way to put it on the pedestal. Almost can it, hit the tree, and have it roll back up the pyramid.
Be hard to repeat.
It very much would be.
Tournament
He almost made me
director.
look silly and card the 4 right there. That was so close. All right, game time for your feature card. Hammis looking at Barella.
Ooh, it's still flying.
Oh my gosh, it beat that one. He was getting way down the fairway.
Should still have some sort of scramble.
Okay.
We had a look at our tournament director, Jeff Corns, coming over to watch a couple of his buddies finish this round. He's good friends with Adam and Anthony.
Hammis. A little bit too much turn on that from Hammis. Did look like kicked in the middle of the fairway. Well back, though, of the landing zone now.
Yeah, he's going to have to pitch up to the corner.
Aaron's. That sound we've heard so many times today. Tree hit for Aaron's. Hopefully in the fairway. McMahon now. What's he going with here, Nate?
Looks like mid-range. Oh, no. That was definitely a faster disc.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there he
Oh,
goes.
wow.
Oh, yeah. It's the high-speed overstable one.
Yeah.
Is that okay there? Maybe?
Yeah, I think he's in a great spot. He just powered through some branches.
Yeah, you're right. He really
Just
did.
throw it 74 miles per hour, low. Get a 200-foot skip.
Let's jump ahead to the green. Proctor for league card day 2. And 10 down.
Good putt. Good round, James. Go.
Could make
It's good.
Proctor.
I'm stoked. I was stoked for Evan Scott to make his first lead card, but I'm also happy to watch James Proctor play the track tomorrow.
Yeah. What a year for Proctor. He's been like top 10 at almost every event, it feels like.
Absolutely. He is in the top 10 of the Pro Tour standings.
Yeah, he's well in there.
I think he's doubled the amount of 4-digit cashes that he's had his entire career just so far this season.
Really?
Yeah. Just taking a peek at his stats yesterday, and
that's awesome.
After his A-tier win in Sweden, he's only had a couple tournaments this year where he hasn't cashed for 4 digits, which
dang
is getting harder and harder to do, even with the increased payouts.
Aaron's throwing 2, short of the FPOT.
I wonder what his internal clock is like right now, too, Ian.
Oh gosh, huh?
Sweden's on a complete. It's I think 10-hour difference.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Got to be running on empty. It's a long plane ride.
Yeah, the last time Proctor didn't have a 4-digit cash was April. This final group crawling across the finish line here. Trying to get it home. Yeah, so it looks like Proctor won the Lund by Parken Open, presented by Clash Discs, over there in Sweden.
Yeah, I believe both Eric Oakley and James Proctor are playing for Clash, and I believe they flew them out over there to kind of be ambassadors for Clash at one of the bigger Swedish Pro Tour events. And
love that.
Yeah, he's a certified international superstar now, Ian.
Love that. And AB loving that shot. What an approach.
You know, James took a big leap of faith. He quit his job midway through last year. So this is actually Proctor's first season where he's only playing disc golf, and it's paid off.
Yeah. Really found his rhythm. Looks like Eric Oakley got second.
Pretty sweet to go 1-2 with your traveling partner.
That's awesome.
They have an extensive trip in Europe planned. They're heading back in just a few weeks.
Killer.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll get James in the President's Cup. He might be getting close.
Who's the captain this year?
I do not know.
Okay.
Yeah. Hamas throwing 3.
Europe's getting better and better every year.
Uh-huh. One of these days they might win.
It's inevitable. I mean, the quality of disc golf players over there isn't too different.
Yeah. Looking back down 18's fairway. What we got cooking over there? Looks like Aaron's. Carter did drive OB, unfortunately. So throwing 3 now.
I think that might have even been his second shot that found out of bounds. I think this is his 4th right here. Lining up the thumber.
Oh, you are correct, Nate. Thank you. Kid's got an overhand, too.
Yeah, that was nice.
So he'll have that left for bogey to get off the course. Over there is Eagle McMahon on the fairway after 1, throwing 2.
That was a huge drive. He has probably 220 in here, and he's going with the short range grenade. Decides last minute to go high on this one.
That's
the circle's edge over there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a crafty line.
That was. I thought he stayed on the edge of the brush there. Is he back that far?
No, I don't think so.
He's like where that flag is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
He was thinking the worst already.
Yeah.
Like, based on how the rest of this round went, I must be deep in the woods.
Oh, poor guy.
Poor card.
Yeah,
man.
it has been one of those. They've been fighting, though. Let's see if McMahon can finish with a birdie. This to move to 5 under.
Feeling good about this. Anytime Eagle goes to a straddle here, he really delivers these with a slower pace. Right on the pole, Ian.
Go.
What an up and down.
Eagle will move into moving day, 9 back of James Conrad. Hopes slim, but they're still alive. Hammis. A par putt. And Hammis will drop back to 5, tied with McMahon, assuming he makes that bogey putt. This one got a little bit of action here. Good putt from Adam to close out. Unfortunately for bogey, dropping him to a tie with McMahon at 5. And Aaron's has this for bogey. That will be an unfortunate double finish for Aarons. And after all that, Barella, McMahon, and Hammis all 5 down on the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Funny.
That is shocking. And an unfortunate showing for Carter. But he's just so early on in the long career that he's due for.
Nobody else is even sniffing a Disc Golf Network camera at 15.
Or a course record on the tour.
That's an even better point. There are your scores after day 1. What a day for your friend James Conrad and Nate Perkins.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think nobody that practiced this course all week set their bar at 14 under. Heard a lot of people talking about an 8 down, a 10 down. 3 of those might net you a win out here. I mean, Shelton Springs, it's just so technical, and it's a completely different style of course that we're used to seeing. What are your
It doesn't seem like you should be able to miss that many trees, as many as James missed today. But
yeah, because the early gap is one thing, but all of those late gaps, I mean, there's so many guardian trees at the Circle 2's edge, Circle's 1 edge, and we saw a lot of really good shots not access the green.
Yeah, get those late hits, but James throwing dimes, and he was putting really well as well.
Yeah, he putt extremely well. Just 4 pars on the day. He's 3 shots ahead of Nico, 4 ahead of Proctor, and Gavin Babcock joins him on the lead card with that ace. Hopefully he's got some more magic for us tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be fun to watch. We're going to take one more quick break. We come back, we'll have the OTB after show, the OTB shot of the day, and some highlights from our man James Conrad. Get you there.
What makes the Halal Guys so deliciously different? You might have heard of our famously long cart lines that NYC fans happily stand in. Today, with over 100 plus restaurants across the globe, we are your place to experience authentic American halal. Enjoy our delicious falafel, Euro sandwich, platters, and sides topped with our famously flavorful white and hot sauces. Order online today and taste how we make difference so delicious. The Halal Guys, bringing something deliciously different to the table.
Should have brought some snacks.
I got you.
Ah!
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Oh, Karen, do you know where hole 17 is?
I got you!
Is that a compass? Karen, why do you have this?
Ethan, just help me. We gotta get this set up. Okay. It's getting dark.
One of my favorite partnerships with Discraft is the Paul Macbeth molds. The Athena specifically has just been a really fun one because it's a disc that I've been looking forward to. It's definitely a staple in my bag. It sits right between my Undertakers and my Onyx. A little bit blunt nose so it can fight and handle the wind, it can handle some torque, and it's just one that I can throw at all powers. That's what I really like about it. I'm just glad that we're able to make this disc, have it in hand, and have it as a stock disc that anyone can get.
She's done it.
At Discraft, we don't wait to see what the future holds. We build it. The future is in your hands.
Welcome back. James Conrad had a day. Nearly 1,100 rated, Nate?
1096 unofficially, and just go ahead and sign me up for these highlights.
And here
Little
are your
tap in there on 7.
His Paragon notable statistics. A lot of ones up there.
First in every category.
Didn't miss a putt in the circle. Wow.
Oh, a little high left catch right
You
there.
can see where he was getting the strokes on the tee. 9 strokes over the field, tee to green.
Wow. Significant. One of the higher numbers that I've seen in the strokes gained.
Yeah, in one round. That's incredible, honestly.
Nice little straddle circle's edge putt right there.
And the finish on 18. To get to 14 under par. And Conrad going into moving day with a 3-stroke lead over this talented field, Nate.
Yeah, you know, we got a lot of look at his putts right there. Obviously, whatever course you're playing, the putting is important, but it's the driving out here at Shelton that really is the difference. I mean,
it is.
If you're not hitting gaps, you have no chance. Even if you're making everything inside circle 2, you have to navigate these tight fairways. And it's never good to see people fail, but it paints the picture of why the course is hard. We saw the featured card just completely struggle on that front 9, and it's just because they couldn't hit those early gaps off the tee.
That was the dark to appreciate the light that was James Conrad today. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Great perspective on the round there. James Proctor's been having himself a year. He's back on lead card again, along with Nico Lecastro, who also, throw new plastic just like James, and they're just adjusting fine and bubbling right up.
Yeah, and all 3 of those players bogey-free on the round.
Oh, wow.
Only 5 players all day shot bogey-free out of the 104 people that attempted the course today. And honestly, this is the style of disc golf that I love to watch. I love it when someone peers a drive and they still have to get creative. Even if at short distances, they have to control the angle exactly to a tee within a few feet. So we just don't see that as much with where the tour is headed. I'm biased, but I love the woods, Ian.
I'm right there with you, Nate. That's where disc golf belongs, in the woods, man. That's where we started. Hopefully we'll stay there at least a little bit
At least a little bit. I know we got to get the spectators in there. We got to sell tickets and stuff, but on camera, these style of courses are just too much fun to watch.
I think they provide more moments of excitement where, you almost missed that tree. You almost missed that tree. Just a lot of little fun things happen in the woods.
Yeah.
We're here for it. We're also here, Nate, for the OTB shot of the day. Do you know what it is? An Antilla putt? You hit a lot of them?
That was a good one. We don't have any of the aces on camera, do we?
No, we got 2 aces, but none on cam today.
Well, once
Unless
again, I don't have a quality guess for the OTB shot of the day.
Fire it off. McMahon roller? Barella?
Oh,
the
we
Barella
should've
approach.
known this turnover.
Good pick production. Production's so good.
This is such a high-level shot, Ian. To match the speed with this understable disc here and get it to actually fly back out of that ante, it's a great choice for the OTB shot of the day.
It's a straight-up horseshoe shot right there.
Yeah.
Just drops out of the heavens.
That's what separates disc golf from other sports, is the multi-angle potential, trick shot style shots.
Gotta love it. There are your times tomorrow. We'll be back with our women at 9:30 and again with the gents at 3. I hope you guys enjoyed round 1. We'll catch you tomorrow for moving day. Should be fun.